departure, good morning, radar contact. United 1900, contact Oakland Center 134.55, have a good day.
55, good day.
Fairway 561, contact Oakland Center 133.7, have a good day.
37, thanks, good day, Fairway 561.
Alaska 1972, heading 280, vector for traffic, unrestricted to flight level 190.
Unrestricted 190, heading at 280, Alaska 1972.
United 875, heavy traffic, no factory, come and maintain 10,000.
10,000 feet, United 875.
Modify 171 heavy, climb and maintain flight level 190, and contact Oakland Center on 134.15, they'll have on course.
Modify 171 heavy, ground flight level 190, Oakland Center 134, this is my round 5.
Southwest 2888, set of 1.1, we're climbing via with the hold down at 2.
Southwest 2888, north departure, good morning, radar contact, delete the hold down, maintain 10,000, please.
We'll delete the hold down and maintain 10,000, Southwest 2888.
Alaska 1972, heading 160.
Heading 160, Alaska 1972.
Southwest 1855, direct Susie.
Direct Susie, Southwest 1855.
United 875 heavy, thanks for your patience. Contact Oakland Center 125.85.
All right, thanks. 2585, United 875, good night.
Flight set 379, contact North Approach on 120.9.
First helicopter, Eastman 1850, 1,000 feet.
Reachman 18 North Approach, good morning. Altimeter's 29905 on navigation. You've exited San Francisco Class Bravo airspace.
Thanks, sir. Table, like to climb, slow climb for 3,500.
And Reachman 18, altitude your discretion below the Bravo, sir.
Okay, below Bravo, not discretion.
Southwest 1855, contact Oakland Center 133.7. Have a good day.
337, E2, South 1855.
For 55 Papa, you've exited the San Francisco Class Bravo airspace.
Say that one more time for 55 Papa.
55 Papa, I'm just letting you, you've exited the San Francisco Class Bravo airspace.
Roger, 55 Papa, thanks.
Southwest 2888, left turn heading 180.
Left turn 180, Southwest 2888.
Southwest 1855, contact Oakland Center on 133.7.
Departure 358, climbing through 1,900 for 19, or 190.
Southwest 358, north departure, good morning, radar contact, Mindy altitude, maintain 6,000 for traffic.
6,000 for traffic, just confirming United 358.
I'm sorry, I said that wrong. United 358, north departure, good morning, radar contact, and 6,000 now for traffic.
6,000, United 358.
Or 55 Papa, there are a couple of low-level traffic over the Half Moon Bay Airport, altitude not verified, 1,000 feet.
Roger, insight 55 Papa.
Roger. Alaska 1972, direct Susie, maintain flight level 190.
The 190, direct Susie, Alaska 1932.
United 358, climb and maintain flight level 190.
190, 358.
Southwest 2888, maintain flight level 190, leaving 12,000, direct K, Tina.
12,000 direct K, Tina, Southwest 2888.
Reach mode 18, traffic at 12 o'clock and 2 miles, same direction, Cessna 1,400.
Traffic is safe, thank you, visual reach 1.
All right. For 55 Papa, contact North Approach 133.95. You have a good day.
3395, thanks for your help, good day, 55 Papa.
You betcha. Alaska 1972, contact Oakland Center 133.7. Have a good day.
33.7, Alaska 1972, good day.
And reach mid 18, when able, reset to transponders, clock 4251. Southwest 2888, contact Oakland Center 133.7. Have a good day.
Afternoon, everyone. So today we're going to do two things, or three things. We're going to knock out an FS economy job. Hopefully this one will work out better than yesterday's. Yesterday X-plane crashed right before I was able to collect. So I just totally deleted that entire job because I figured I'd try it again later on down the month. But I had to repair this aircraft. This is the only aircraft that I actually own in FS economy. The Piper Cheyenne turboprop. So I just spent like $2,000 or whatever repairing this thing. So now I'm gonna have to make some money to break even. So with that in mind, let's load up. And the weight is 1170. All right, so we are loaded FS economy. And it should say en route, which it does. You always want to verify that. Envy, how you doing, bud? So this is actually going to be a stream that I upload to the YouTube and then make an announcement because I'm going to cover TEC Routes a little bit on how you find current TEC Routes. Great to see you. Just got back. I see I missed a ton of streams, but I will definitely catch up and watch them. No worries. I stream every day. I like having the recording for me because I like going back and watching some of the stuff and watching, you know, the landings and stuff. You know, when I'm relaxing, watching TV with the wife, sometimes I go back and just look at different things to see what I could improve or what I might have missed or whatever. So it's not always about having a bunch of people here. I also do it for have it so I have a recording. But this one I'm going to cover TEC Route. So let me jump to this. All right. So we're flying from Sacramento to Half Moon Bay. And there's a little bit of clouds here at Concord VOR. But otherwise it's pretty much clear. Like that's 8 miles and really no clouds. Half Moon Bay sometimes can get some clouds. So anyway, I'm going to plan on VFR, but to do a TEC route, you have to look up so you go to this website, supplements, and then I just look for CSSW. I just search for CSSW, and then that will come up with the most current PDF, which is what, August of 2019. So this is Southwest. So naturally, these are all supplements depending on where in the country or world or whatever. So, but this is the one I always want because it's for California. So then you just do a search tower and route control, and then it'll come up. So you have north and south. So you come down to, where's it at? So Mather area. So you look for an area that you're departing, and then you look to where you want to go. Well, we're going to Half Moon Bay. So the TEC route would be this number, and the actual routing is this. And then we are a M class because we're turboprop. Looks like all classes, even P for prop, normal. So 7,000. Let me see if I can zoom in. So that would be the route that I would file to fly between these two airports. You have to, if you do IFR between these two airports, you have to do TEC routing, which would be at the usually the approach TRACONs. So this is the official document, and I guess there's other states you can look up too, but this is the only one I worry about right now. But I'm not going to file that, but that would be what you would file at 7,000 feet if we were going to do a IFR, and then you could put that in remarks. Mather's Route 15. Are you using Orbix? Not yet. I'm waiting for the Orbix to come out with California, California South, and then I'm gonna buy them both at the same time because I already have the entire state of California on an SSD drive as ortho, and it's like 100 gigs or something. So with both the north and the south for Orbix is going to be close to 100 gigs. So I'm just looking to do an even swap. So I'm going to delete all the ortho that I have for California, just swap it out. That way I'm not having to look for more storage room. So I don't have the ortho for Orbix yet, but I suspect it won't be too much longer before they release California South. So anyway, that's it. Just go to supplements, search CSSW, and then that's the north, obviously, and you keep scrolling down, and now you have the south TEC routing. So the same thing, Burbank area to these places, or coast area to these places. So this is where you find all of your TEC routing. All right. So we're not going to do a TEC route. So we're going to do San Francisco fly. So I'm going to dial in the Concord VOR. And basically I'm going to draw a straight line from there to the Golden Gate Bridge. For my path and duck under these shelves here. So basically this shelf is 4,000. So I'll be at like 4,000 here, below 4,000, so 3,000. So I'm just gonna, I want to be at about 4,000 feet at Concord, and then we'll duck underneath this shelf, come around, and we'll just come around the mountain as they say, and we'll land. So I'm gonna fly over the Golden Gate Bridge and just get flight following basically all the way around. And if it starts to cloud up on us, then whatever, I'll I'll just ask them to give me an IFR into, I can do like an RNAV. I'll just tell them to give me vectors or whatever to like gobs. And then we could do an LPV approach if it starts getting cloudy. So it's kind of like not a full IFR clearance, but just give me radar vectors to the IAF so I can do this if it's getting cloudy. So you don't always have to switch to IFR. You could just have the controllers give you vectors and tell them you're an IMC, and they'll do all the hard work for you. However, I do want to file VFR so there's a TEC route if I needed it, but I don't. So what I like to do is file a VFR flight plan, and what I say that was Concord. It's CCR. So CCR and then direct VFR flight following. I'm gonna pay slant golf. Why is it not? It's not even coming up with my right stuff. Oh, duh. Okay. Let's try that again. All right, now, what did I say that was? CCR. So CCR, VFR, VFR flight following. So you do that just like even in the real world, if you were to follow VFR, they'd know about where you'd be going. And I'm going, which way am I going? I'm going west, so it'd be even. So we'll do 10.5. Not worrying about an alternate for VFR. And that's, everything looks fine. So that's our VFR flight plan, which means nothing, but it also helps with the PilotEdge tracking. So, all right. So let's jump back to the airplane here. So we got all the paperwork taken care of, so to speak. So okay. Close the baggage door, get rid of the statics. Let's get the throttle quadrant set. That's set. All right. Let's do master battery on. It's been a while since I've flown this thing. All right, beacon on, position lights are on. Making sure all these are set properly. Leave the tail light on. Position lights. got seat belts and no smoking. And we'll open up our oil cooler doors. All right, so we got avionics are off. All right, so do left fuel pump. So we have fuel pressure in the green, so that's good. Hey Gunnigans, how you doing, bud? Nice to see you this afternoon. I'm doing a VFR flight today with flight following. And ignition, and then starter. And there's 17, so we'll add fuel. And RPM's coming up. Engines are stable. Can turn off the starter. Ignition can come off. Advance to 68%. And then we'll check the generator. Got 28. Got amps. Generator off. All right, so now we do, let me see, left fuel pump. Let's do the right fuel pump. So we have fuel pressure there. And then ignition and starter. So ignition, starter. And then 17, we'll add fuel. Adding fuel. I finally did the Cat 11 this weekend, and I had done the others months ago. The Cat 11 is, Cat 10 is the one that you hear about the most. I think the Cat 10 has the most radio frequency changes within the shortest amount of time. Is supposedly like the most hectic one. Is that accurate? Because I haven't done that. I have never actually done the Cat 10. I've done a few of the other ones, but none of them are in order, so I don't have credit for any of them. All right, so starter off, ignition off. We'll check the oil pressures in the green. So we can turn on the right gen, left gen. Over here to environment, we'll do master on, auto, and its air conditioning's fine. Yeah, 11 was easy compared to the 10. Yeah, that's what I heard. 10 used to be harder when I did it, but Keith made it simpler now since the mini route is basically closed in real life. Oh, Yeah, the mini route's the one that you hear most people doing on that Cat 10. So they've changed the format. That's good. Might as well stick to what real life does, especially with PilotEdge. All right, so we can do avionics on. And we got 1832.
Sacramento Mather Information Kilo. 1800 Zulu weather. Wind light and variable. Visibility more than 10.
2994.
Sky clear. Temperature 18. Dew point 8. Altimeter 2994. Arriving runway.
Okay. And Mathers is 120.65 for CTAF. 120.65. So bounce that over to that, and it's like 127.4 would be NorCal. So we'll pick up flight following once we're in the air. And I'm probably gonna... Mini route is a beast, very fast frequency change even in a slow plane. Yeah, you definitely wouldn't want to do that in anything faster than a 172, I wouldn't imagine. That's why I never did it. It was just too chaotic for my liking. I mean, I like a challenge, but it just didn't seem like it would be fun to me with all the hecticness. Do they still have something where you fly over the numbers of LAX? Is that the mini route when you fly over the numbers, or is it called something else? I've never done that one, so maybe one day I'll do that. I just don't want to do 100 frequency changes. That will give me too much stress. All right, so cabin pressurization. So we'll come down here. Do basically leave it at sea level, so that's fine. Plot data ascend. Flaps are working. All right, so CCR, CCR, and then H, Half Moon Bay, and CCR's frequency 117.0. So we'll leave that on VLOC. All right. mini route goes right over the numbers and you are low at like 2,500. Coastal route is higher up. So what do they do now if the mini route is no longer available in real life? What would the name be to go over the numbers? I mean, I can look at that when I'm up in the air. Because I'm actually right now like doing the San Francisco Bravo stuff, so do a test on my lights here. I'll bring that brighter. We're going to squawk 1200. Standby on alt. And we'll grab this cheater autopilot, which I like. We'll do flight director, we'll do heading. Altitude, we'll say 10,500 with a vertical speed of 2,000 feet per minute. Altitude's armed. Little cheater, I like the autopilot. I'll come over here, I'll test the terrain mode, that works. Gotta do coastal or the other one. Oh, okay, you've got the name of the other one. There's a VFR quarter that you can use around the LA. Yeah, I'll give that a look to see if I can find the corridor, I think there's like a TEC. It's a TAC chart that I think I have to look up. But you guys know a VFR is like, I don't ever really do it that often. Only on FS economy do I even consider it. Save gas and stuff like that. Windshield. Let's do windshield wiper check. That's just because it's cool. Okay. We're good on fuel. And bring up special flight rules corridor. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll if I can find it quick enough, I'll bring it up on my monitor here. So I started that. Let's test our reversers here. Looks like reversers are working. Okay. We'll come up here. We'll do taxi light. Oh, we'll do taxi light Rico. I'll grab. Make sure.
Sacramento Mather
Altimeter's 29904 and Mathers is 98 feet. So we're right at 98. We're at 251. 251, that matches.
Arriving runway 22 left.
Shush. Okay. I'm going to go to 22 right. I'm ready to. So Mathers tower is 120.65. That's what I'm on. I think it's Mather. Mather's traffic, Cheyenne 139, taxiing to 22 right from the north side. Mather's traffic. All right. Let's push ahead. Looks like we'll go left here. Were you here again yesterday when I finished that flight? I got that long-term, short-term memory. When I took the Eclipse from Denver to Eagle, and then I should have gotten credit for FS Economy first, but I decided that I should disconnect from PilotEdge first for whatever reason. And when I hit the disconnect button, the entire sim crashed. I mean, I don't get upset over stuff like that because it doesn't happen very often anymore. But I mean, it was irritating. Before I would get like really upset about it because like, especially on long flights. But it was more of my old computer was the one that crashed all the time. X-plane crash. I had blue screens of death all the time. But I also ran with an AMD processor, which was like an 8350, I think, FX or something. So AMD is just horrible for X-plane. So when I built this new computer, like all the blue screens and all the crashes, everything just stopped, except for random crashes like yesterday. But I'm wondering if the Skunkcraft update or plugin that I had loaded yesterday that I usually don't have loaded, I wonder if I need to update that, because that's an older version, and that might have caused an issue. All right, where's fuel pressure on this thing? Fuel, there it is, okay. That was a very short flight actually. X-plane crashes randomly. It happens, yeah. When it happens on this computer, I don't really get upset about it. Like I look at the log just to see if it was like a plugin or something, and the log didn't really show anything. So I think it was just one of those random X-plane crashes that happens, and it's just like it just says nope. You know what I mean? Like it just gets hung up at sometimes, and it just does a crash to desktop, but it just comes with the territory. I landed, so it's like the only reason I was even remotely like discouraged was because it was an FS economy flight and I didn't get the credit. But if it hadn't been for that, I had actually landed, and the flight was only like 30 minutes. It might not even have been that long, but 30 minutes tops. So I mean, you know, I did the flight and everything, landed, no pressure, no problem. So as far as Project Flya gave me credit for it, so that was something. All right, we're gonna do a engine. So we'll put on the brake, bring the engine up to 1800. We got oil pressure, fuel flow. This is surface de-ice, pneumatic pressure. Turn that off. All right, so now we can do oil cooler doors closed, closed. Do pitot, windshield low, low, on, on. And some of these lights I can't use my track IR. So we'll do landing lights on, strobes on. So now I'm ready. Okay, so that was a run up. We got takeoff. There's traffic. Cheyenne 139 taking off runway 22 right for a straight out departure. There's traffic. All right, I don't see anyone in the pattern. And for this, they would probably, I don't know, I'd have to look it up if it's left or right traffic. But I don't see anyone, so we're good. I don't hear anyone on the radio. And we're gonna climb out at, put this to not Mach. Put that to 130. Sync up the heading bug. 22. Do half power. Rotate. Positive right. Gear up. Do autopilot on. Check out the torque here. So bring back the prop to about 22 there. We can do prop sync on. Turn off the landing lights, taxi lights. Cabin pressure. Climb that a little bit. There we go. Just have to tap it, but I don't want it 1,000 feet per minute. I want it about 500 feet per minute. I'll go up. And again, says the biggest thing I like about VFR is to reduces the pre-flight planning quite a bit. Yeah, that's part of the fun for me, but I also like to switch it up every now and then and do these VFR. But you'll notice pretty much the only time I do VFR is FS economy, just because it serves more of a purpose for me, at least, because it uses less gas because I can go beeline it right to where I need to go. There's traffic. Cheyenne 139 departed the area. Last call. There's. All right, so I'm going to switch over to NorCal. Put that on VLOC. So we are 40 miles away. Concord there. I think it's Concord.
Number 3 Sierra Golf, contact Salt Lake City Center now, 135.77.
Yeah, it's Concord.
13577, 3 Sierra Golf.
Where the heck are my notes?
Number 583 Sierra Golf, Salt Lake Center, climb and maintain flight level 320.
Add in some torque. Do cruise. Do seat belts can come off? And I am, looks like east. Yeah, I'm east. NorCal approach, Cheyenne 1399er VFR 8,500, about 35 miles east of Concord, with request.
Number 13999er, NorCal approach, squawk 4245.
4245, 1399. 4245. He didn't say ident, so I'm not going to ident. Alright, so look up.
November 13999er radar contact, 3 to the southeast of the Sacramento VOR, altimeter 2999er 5, altitude.
2995 and leaving 10,000, or I'm going to be at 10,500 right now.
Number 13999er, roger, maintain VFR, what's your request?
Flight following into Half Moon Bay, 1399.
November 13999er, roger, maintain VFR.
Maintain VFR, 1399er. Alright, so we're at 10.5, so
American 482, contact ground,
I want to be at, say, 4,000 feet at Concord. So let's do 4,000 feet, Concord, 15, so we're going to be descending here really quick. It's a short flight when you do this shortcut. Alright, let me see what I missed. The only time gas matters. Yeah, I love FS economy. I did a 800 mile pilot for yesterday. I had to do it 2 times because I started out without enough gas first try. Thankfully I was only 35 minutes into it. I noticed, oh wow. Do you not use SimBrief? I use SimBrief on every single flight I do.
Skywest 5942, contact Salt Lake City Center, 128.72.
Alright, so I want to see if I can do a procedure and approach. So we're going to do...
Number 13999er, contact NorCal approach, 135.1.
NorCal approach, 135.1, 1399er. 135.1.
Skywest 5942, Salt Lake Center, roger.
And we'll throw in gobs there for the fun of it. And we'll start. NorCal approach, Cheyenne 1399er, 10,500.
Number 13999er, NorCal approach, roger, Oakland, altimeter 2993.
2993, 1399. So let me do 4,000. Actually, we'll just take it down to 3,000 with, say 17. Start down. Only I use SimBrief, but I use FSC gas calculator. Yeah, I've seen that. I've never used it. Is it pretty accurate? I'd hate to ask if it's accurate and if you actually used it the time that you ran out or didn't have enough gas. Alright, so I want to bring up this overlay for the Bravo airspace around San Francisco so I can make sure I don't bust any Bravo. So basically I want to be at 5,000. I'll show you real quick. So I'm coming in down here to Concord. I'm going to beeline it from Concord to the bridge. So by 4,000 here, below 3,000. And then I'll probably duck around this, not so I don't have to worry about it because this is all 3,000, below 3,000. So it's like 2,800 or something. And then I'll come back out. And we'll land here at Half Moon Bay. Apparently not accurate. So you did use it, okay. Yeah, I really believe in SimBrief. I did that oceanic flight in the Boeing 767, I mean, and it was remarkably accurate. Like only within like 1,000 pounds by the time I made it across the ocean was I different. And with my Airbus, it's right on the money every single time. So I strictly use SimBrief and I use it for every single flight, VFR, IFR, whatever, alternate airports, all that stuff. All right, so let's come back here. Close up these tables. I just did that as kind of fun. All right, so here's the Bravo airspace that we have to navigate around. And 127.27 is Half Moon Bay's ATIS or AWAS. Monitor guard on the COM2. And Half Moon Bay's winds are 330 at 12. So 330. So I'm actually going to have to do, I think, a right traffic. No, left traffic on the 30. Yeah, I have to do a left traffic on the 30. We'll land 30. And we're getting close. We'll turn the seatbelts back on. When we're underneath the Bravo shelf, you got to maintain 200 knots or less when you're GA underneath any of the shelves. All right, so we're gonna pan out here at 3,000. And it looks like I'll be safe until we get to, probably gonna have to make it 2,900 and make it safe. So we'll do 29, I'll do 28. go down to 28. There we go. I might have used it wrong. It works best on GA planes. Yeah, FS Economy is pretty much strictly GA in most cases anyway. Alright, so 200 knots is up here. There's no markers on this. I'm just passing Concord now.
Sky 5942, radar contact lost.
And there's San Francisco. I didn't load in the Mr. X. No, yeah, I did. Yeah, this is all Mr. X current ortho scenery and all this.
Sky 5942, roger.
Say 1 SAU 116.2. So let's do 116.2, and then we can do this, and then that will help me go where I need to go. Doing it old school VOR to VOR tracking. So now I'm tracking the Sausalito VOR, which is right by the Golden Gate Bridge. So as long as we keep that arrow set, we'll be going right by. See, the Golden Gate Bridge is up here. And the winds at Half Moon Bay, like I said, is 330 at 12 knots. So see what the ATIS says. If I'm close enough, I might not be. 330 at 10.
0 at 10. Visibility more than 10.
2992. Half Moon Bay's CTAF 122.8. So I'll get that ready. 122.8. And then need to bring up Half Moon Bay so I can make sure that 30 is right traffic. 30 is right traffic. So I need to be on the inside. That's interesting. So I find the right traffic like this. So I just go to Half Moon Bay, and if you want to know the traffic, come up here to the supplement, runway 30, right traffic pattern. So that's how you know really quick what pattern it is for that, and then it will show a elevation 66. So basically 1100 feet would be patterned unless it's otherwise stated. We put that back. So the Golden Gate Bridge, we're heading right toward that VOR, so we're good. Underneath the Bravo, so like I said, you gotta watch the speed. We're maintaining 200 knots, we're fine. Turn a little bit more toward the to the bridge. Oh, now I got this fog, that Bay Area fog wanted to dial in there. So I can still see good enough. It's more like a haze. Yeah, let me put this to
Sky 6942,
ascend.
you may, but I lost radar contact on you. Sky 6942, can you turn your transponder on, ident? Affirmative, Skywest 5942, squawk 5713, ident.
Sounds are good on this. Does this thing have a yaw damper? Does this move? Yeah. No, I don't like using this anyway.
Sky 5942, thank you, radar
So
contact.
I do have a yaw damper.
55 miles
It's
east
on
of the
actually.
Tonopah, VOR. Can you verify altitude? Sky 5942, where are you headed now?
Alright, so San Francisco's bridge, or the Golden Gate Bridge rather, is within the shelf of below 3,000, so
Right, ILC is
I'm
a
okay right now.
VOR rather than a waypoint. Sky 5942,
This little prison
and then
is up
verify
here
your
too.
request.
Alcatraz, I think it's called.
You should be direct ILC, the Wilson Creek VOR, as that's what's the next fix on your waypoint. Sky 5942, you said you wanted to cancel and go VFR? I'm sorry, I thought you requested flight following.
Alright, so I'm going to do a different procedure. So I'm going to approach. I want 3-0. I'm going to do vectors. That's good enough. That'll give me a situation awareness there. Well, there's Golden Gate. We're still underneath this Bravo shelf, so we're fine. There's San Francisco. I wonder what bridge that's called. This is Golden Gate. What's the other one called? That would be, oh, Bay Bridge. That makes sense. So that's the Bay Bridge. That's San Francisco, and Oakland International is back there. We're flying over the Golden Gate. The only reason I'm not hand flying it is because I don't want to accidentally climb. I'm going to hand fly it in the pattern, but I don't want to bust a Bravo because I didn't ask for permission to enter Bravo. And it looks like this little shelf just off the tip of be under, so below 2,000, so I can descend to 2,000 and be, no? Oh yeah, so I can descend to 2,000 and I'll be fine for that. So let's bring this down to 2,000. We'll do vertical speed of 1,000 feet per minute. And then we'll do PS now. So that's what I need to be under. I need to be at 2,000 for that. Which, yeah, I'll have no problem doing that. And thanks for the new follow. Appreciate it, bud. I'm glad you're enjoying the my novice attempt of VFR flying. Everybody here knows I do primarily IFR. I just enjoy it more. But this is a challenge, so in its own right, it's fun to do challenging things. So I can turn a little bit, follow the coast around. Nice golf course. This is going to look really nice when I get the Orbix. When I get the Orbix stuff. So this little tiny sliver right there, that would have to be under 1,600 feet. So I'm not worrying about that one, obviously. And then everything else is 2,000. Pattern altitude's 1,100. And that's Half Moon Bay right there. Okay. The only reason that little, because this is a takeoff area for, like, we're right in the takeoff path. So if this was real life, we would have airliners flying above us, probably taking off on the ones. Those are the ones right there. So they would be flying over our head, which is why we have to be so low without a Bravo clearance.
Number 1399, do you have the weather at Half Moon Bay?
Affirm, 1399.
Number 1399, roger. Just a heads up, I'm probably going to lose you on voice here as you come around the corner of the bay. I've got no traffic observed between you and Half Moon Bay. We can try to stay with me if you like and report the airport inside.
Oh, it's okay. We'll just cancel advisories and I'll take it from here. 1399, thank you.
Number 1399, roger. Radar services are terminating. Squawk and maintain VFR. Frequency change is approved.
Squawk and maintain VFR. Frequency change approved. 1399. See ya.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to go back to 1200. And we're going to go to CTAF 122.8. And it's right traffic, which is really weird. So right traffic. So I'm gonna have to come in, and that shelf is up to 4,000. So I'm okay at, I should be okay at 2,000. So I need to enter on a downwind to be a right downwind. So I need to go to the left of the airport. Let's do prop sync off. Right traffic. And like I said, this outside shelf is up to basically 3,900. Weather's 2989, so actually I need to adjust that. It's 320. Alright, autopilot off. Half Moon Bay traffic, Cheyenne 139, be entering right downwind, runway 12, Half Moon Bay traffic. All right. There's Half Moon Bay. Turn off this yaw damper, which sometimes likes to stay on, which it did. It's interesting that it's right traffic for 12. Or 30, I mean. takeoff flaps. Props full. Do landing lights, taxi lights, and let's not crash into a mountain. Props are full, which I already did. Gear down. Half Moon Bay traffic, Cheyenne 139, turning right base, runway 30, Half Moon Bay. Alright, so basically the airport is 66 feet. Half Moon Bay traffic, Cheyenne 139, turning final 30, Half Moon Bay, full stop. Let's do. It's so weird to do right traffic over land. Wonder why they decided to make it right traffic for 30. This is 30. Yeah, it's 30. It's interesting. Alright. Got all the sailboats here. .30, so a little bit of a right crosswind. Not too bad. Sailboats are sailing. Two red, two green, 3-degree glide path. Reversers apparently work. That's a good sign. Put the oil cooler doors back to open for ground ops. It shows here. Brakes are so sensitive on this. I'm using foot pedals. Half Moon Bay traffic, Cheyenne 139 off the runway, taxiing to parking, last call, Half Moon Bay. Alright, so we can turn off the landing lights. And strobes can go to beacon. Flaps can come back up. We can turn off all the icing. Oh, now the haze disappears. That's nice. Alright, so now we can do transponder to on instead of altitude. So there you go. No one ever catches me do VFR, so that was a full VFR with flight following. Nice swap, nice change up in my normal ops. Here's my custom hangar. The guy that made this airport is also making, I think it's Riverside. So you can like check out all of his work in progress pictures on the org. He also has a lot of, see, there's my hangar with my picture of my family inside, which is kind of cool. Alright, turn off the flight director. Over here for the, it's like they have a little restaurant here. This time I'm not going to disconnect PilotEdge until after I get paid. So first thing is brake. Once you set the brake, you can go to X economy and finish the flight. And then I can go back into the weight unit was 1170. So I'll add the weight back. So now I know I got paid for that, at least I think. Let me go to X economy, click on my flight, and all the jobs are gone. So that little job gave me, go to log, 3,600, nice. But you make more money when you own the plane. I actually own this one. All right, so taxi light off, seatbelt off, smoking off. Let's turn off the environment. So off, off, off. And go ahead and feather these props. Come up here, we'll turn off the generators. Let's turn off our avionics.
Charlie traffic, Sim Robert Delta turning right down runway 36, Centrality.
I shouldn't be. It's interesting. I don't think he was talking to me. Oh, I'm on CTAP anyway, that's right. Alright, so fuel cutoff. shut down these engines. Kill the battery. I don't have to cancel IFR because I don't have one active right now.
Charlie traffic, 7 Robert Delta, short final, runway 36, full stop, French Valley.
Someone's using CTAP, that's cool. Alright, so we'll complete that flight. Project fly. Alright, now it's safe to disconnect. Hopefully.
Disconnected.
Alright, that worked. And the fuel. So let's check out the landing. Definitely has that haze coming in. A lot of times everything else is VFR, but Half Moon Bay is under a huge cloud of fog. Yeah, I'll take that landing. All right, look at the trees move with the winds. It's pretty cool. It's another aspect of this custom scenery. So, like I said, I did this VFR, but I'm going to cover it real quick one last time because I wanted to. What happened to it? Really? All right, let me find this real quick and I'll show you what I was trying to talk about. There's flights. Okay, so if I were going to do a TEC route for that same airport, you have to come to, I'm going to put it in the link again. So you come here and then you look for, just search CS_SW. That pretty much covers like the Southwest, so pretty much all of California. So then when you click on the PDF, it brings up your chart supplement. So for these states, so there's other supplements obviously over here. So we just want California. So then if you search, oh, that's not it. Anyway, I know it's page 500. Page 500. I went too far. Tower and route control. So if you're on page 1 and you search tower and route control, it will bring up page 498. So that's why you go to 498. And then you have, this is obviously Northern California TEC Routes, which is what we just did. And then you keep going and you have Southern California. So these are like the real documents. These are the real deal. So the way you use this, if you're going to file an IFR, if the weather was bad, using a turboprop between those two fields. So I need to find where I was flying out of. So it'd be Sacramento area, right? So Hayward, Livermore, Mather. All right, I took off from Mather rather. So here's Mather's, and I'm going to HAF, right? So let me zoom in. So we're going from Mather's area, which is MHR, to Half Moon Bay. That's the TEC route. And then this is the actual route that you would have to file in MPQ. So M is turboprop, which is what we were. P is like a Cessna, just a single prop thing. And Q is, I'd have to look up here. But the main two I use is M and P. So M is turboprop, I think. Let me see if M is up here somewhere. Yeah, so here's M. M is turboprop. P is non-jet with a cruise of 190 or greater. So actually, if you're in a Cessna, then you would use Quebec because your cruise speed is 189 or less. So if you're going to do this in a Cessna 172, then you would look at the Half Moon Bay. Oh, sorry, Mather to Half Moon Bay. That 7,000 feet, because you would be a Q class airplane. But this right here is what you would file an IFR, and that's the route you would take. So if you were like, so this would be the actual route. So the TEC route takes you way out here and then back into Half Moon Bay. So if it's good weather, that's why it's best to just do VFR and then drop underneath the Bravo shelf and then come around like I did. Otherwise, about here, you'd have to get vectors to an IAF for your RNAV approach if it's overcast. But that's how you find the TEC routes for Northern and Southern California. So Stick 8, it's going good, bud. How are you doing this afternoon? Hopefully I'm not boring you guys with this. Just trying to show you where you get TEC routes and stuff. And then if you were going to file the TEC route, then you would file it like that's the TEC route. And then you would put the TEC route name, which is here. So I would paste the TEC route name with that, and then I would do 7,000 feet for cruise and IFR. So that's how you would file your TEC route for the northern area. So you always check TEC route first. If you don't have a TEC route, then you check other aspects. But if you just do a SimBrief route, PilotEdge will give you a TEC route if one is applicable. You might not always have TEC routes available for the airports you're going in between. It's only dealing with certain airports. Like the meat steaks. Yeah. Oh, well, that was a good flight. All went as planned. Had no issues. I cheat and use the TEC route finder on the PE site. Yeah, but that's only for the ZLA. So there is no cheat sheet for the northern area, so I have to look them up manually because the TEC route on my flight route doesn't handle Northern California, only the ZLA. That's where the difference comes in there. So anyway, I'm going to get out of here, give my back a rest. I'm going to update Call of Duty because I feel like I might want to play that later today. And I'll catch y'all next time. I appreciate all of you. This was quite the following for this flight. I really appreciate it. Thank you for the new followers. Anyone that didn't follow, feel free to click that follow button so that way you'll know when I go live. I mean, I usually go live every day at 2 Eastern. And I fly a gamut of airplanes. I fly like 10 or 11 different ones. My favorite are airliners, but I do about 50-50. So I bounce back and forth. I'll do like 1 or 2 airliner flights, and then I'll do like 2 or 3 GA flights. So it's never the same thing with me. Like some other streamers do the same type of airplanes, and that's good if you want to learn one in particular airplane. I do have a YouTube channel as well, Chase 1399 Aviation. So you can look up my YouTube, and I bundle all my aircraft into playlists. So if you guys want to see how I handle each individual aircraft, just go to my YouTube channel and click on the playlist and click on the airplane, and you'll have like, if it's an Airbus, probably like 20 different streams in there at this point. But I appreciate the support, guys, and the conversation as always. That's why I got into this stuff. So I will find some live ATC to stream, and I will get out of here and catch y'all next time. See you again. You have a good day. Steak. Catch you later, bud. See ya.
Afternoon, NorCal, Alaska 1677, 2,400 climbing via the truck and 2.
Alaska 1677, I got a departure. You were to contact climb unrestricted flight level 190.
Unrestricted climb flight level 190, Alaska 1677.
United 794, NorCal 124.32, good day.
2432, United 794, so long.
And departure, 7 Army X-ray is climbing to flight level 190.
November 7 Romeo X-ray, I got a departure. You were to contact climb unrestricted flight level 190 when able to direct Mogi flight plan here.
Okay, up to flight level 190, direct Mogi, 7 Army X-ray.
Alaska 1677, turn left and proceed direct deadhead flight plan here.
Left direct deadhead flight plan route to Alaska 1677.